All right, Eddie, thanks so much for joining us
Thank you,
today.
Josh.
And I see we have mussels. The only thing I know about mussels is I try to flex them, but it doesn't really work. But anyway, so what do we got here?
So we're gonna do some mussels, and instead of doing like your classic traditional recipe with white wine, lemon, we're gonna change up the sauce a little bit. So I got some olive oil in here. I got some onions, and
Now, any special type of olive oil, or does it matter?
it doesn't really matter too much on this dish, just because you'll be using it for cooking. I would say just an average olive oil, because it's not, you're not eating it raw, so you don't want it like that really nice flavor of the olive oil.
So you put onions, and what's the other thing you put in?
Garlic.
Garlic. Okay.
So we're roasting some onions and garlic, and as soon as you start smelling that, I'm going to reach over here.
So that takes pretty quick once you put it in.
Yeah, about a minute or two. So, and then I'm just going to dump the mussels in here together with its own juices. And then what you want is you want to use a pan that has a cover in it, because you want to create some steam so that way the mussels open up inside. And so we'll...
And how long does that take?
I would say 3 to 4 minutes, probably even less, just depending on how hot your pan is and the quantity that you have inside that pan. So I'm going to rush this because obviously we want our viewers to see the whole steps.
Sure.
And as we're cooking that, we're just going to season it, a little bit of salt and pepper. Now, we don't want to put too much salt in here because we'll be using Parmesan cheese, and Parmesan cheese is also salty as well, too. And we're going to squeeze a little bit of lemon juice in here together with the mussels. And then we're doing some ouzo. Ouzo, the bottle, the liqueur.
Oh, a bottle here. Here
and
you go.
ouzo is a traditional Greek liqueur, similar to sambuca. It's anisey flavor, so it goes really brilliantly with the seafood. So
How much do you put in?
about 2 to 3 ounces. I'm going to go a little bit extra in this because we got a lot of mussels in there. Now, anytime you're working on the stovetop with liquor, step away from any open flames. Obviously here we don't have an open flame, so I'm going to try to attempt to light this up to see if it's hot enough. It's not quite yet, but if it gets hot, it will light up. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So is that for show, or is that really adding to the whole process?
No, it's not for a show, because obviously this is a hard liquor. It has 40% alcohol, so you don't want to eat all that alcohol. So you want to burn that off and get the natural flavor of the anisey in it. So trying to light that up.
Now, do you have to put the flame around the entire pan, or just...
No, it should catch on right here at the hottest part, and it'll burn itself. But,
I see.
You know, it needs a little bit more time for our pan to recover the heat. There it goes. That's on.
So when do you start adding the other ingredients?
So I would say about another minute or two together with the ouzo, and then we're going to start adding a little bit of heavy cream to it. It's a very quick recipe. I was actually talking to Stephanie earlier. It's like, you know, we're so busy with the holidays and cooking, and so anything to make it easier in the kitchen would be greatly appreciated. And then we're going to add a little bit of dill, fresh dill. Gives it a nice freshness to it.
I can see that cream kind of coagulates everything together.
Yeah, definitely. And you just kind of let that boil a little bit until the mussels really open up and they cook. And obviously mussels cook very, very fast.
So you have dill, and this is what, chopped?
Some chives.
Some chives,
so
okay.
It goes really nice with the seafood, gives it that freshness, the oniony smell to it. It's really, really nice.
Terrific.
It works well together. And for a little bit of color, we can add some cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes, whatever you have available. And just kind of
definitely adds color to it.
Yeah, it gives it some color. It looks really nice. And then we're going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Freshly grated Parmesan cheese would be great.
Okay.
This just sort of binds and thickens the sauce a little bit, and gives it a little bit of another level of flavor into it. A little bit of nuttiness from the cheese, a little bit of creaminess to it, and a little saltiness to it. So that sharpness of the Parmesan cheese.
So a few more seconds here, and this is basically our end product.
This is an end product. Just got to let it boil maybe another 2 to 3 minutes to create that sauce. And all you got to do is just really serve it and enjoy with some grilled bread, a nice glass of wine, and maybe some ouzo, and there you go.
It looks fantastic, Chef Eddie. Thank you so much for coming on.
And
if you like this recipe or any others, go to our mysuncoast.com website, click on the dining tab, and you can get this recipe or others. So stay with us. We'll be right back.